Plaintiff Kurth Vance Jr. says a week after he met the defendant, they exchanged numbers because he thought she was jazzy and good-looking, and they eventually started dating. However, Kurth is suing his ex today for unpaid loans. Defendant Karen Wright says an hour after she met Kurth, he called her and showed up at her house. And within 1 week, he not only gave her $100, but also a car. Karen's countersuing for breach of contract.
Start with you.
Judge, I'd like to say I'm honored to be in your court today. And if I don't say this, when I get back home, my mother's gonna be mad at me. My mother and my sister, they love you. They watch you religiously. I watch you too.
Tell them I said thank you.
I will. The reason I'm here is Karen Wright. I met September the 1st, 2010, and I bumped into her like a week later. We carried on a conversation. We exchanged phone numbers. I noticed she was a good-looking woman.
Never exchanged nothing. You met me in my house. Tell the truth.
Ma'am.
The man you gave me an address before your phone number?
No. No, I did not. Actually, he came to my house on a home visit. Okay. He liked what he saw. Actually, when he left, he called me on the phone and asked me to go out with him.
Okay, so he came there for business.
Yes.
Then
and
later
it ended up
called
a pleasure.
you. That's that week later he was talking about.
Yes. It wasn't even a week later. It was a 1 hour later.
Okay. Because he liked what he saw.
Yes.
All right. Sir?
I beg the difference, Judge. I met her, and like I said, a week later, we exchanged numbers. She asked me if it was okay if she called me. I said, yeah, you can go ahead and call me. Like I said, she was jazzy.
I never asked to call him. I didn't even know his phone number.
Had all kind of rings on her fingers, so I didn't know if she's married or single. So once I talked to her a couple weeks later, I carried her out to lunch, and we got to talking. She had got hurt on the job. That's how I wound up talking to her. And just in general, I said, well, when a woman's got, not a woman, a person has back injuries, how they get along with, sex and all that? She said, well, they got ways.
Well, because we got through it. I helped you out.
Hold on. What?
I said, you do? She said, yeah, I got, there's ways that we can get around that. I said, oh, okay.
She said, there's some ways you can get around the back injury.
Right, yes, sir. So, a little bit down the road, I found out the way, she probably could have wrote a book on it. I might have bought 2 chapters of the book or something, but yeah.
So you bought 2 chapters.
I bought 2 chapters in it, a couple $100.
He bought more than the whole chapter. He bought the whole thing.
Why don't you give me some background on your,
I'll be glad
on
to.
your relationship before we get to the loans. Go ahead.
I'll be glad to. First of all, Jan, I met this man in September of 2010. In 1 week, he gave me $100, a car.
A car?
A car. I have a picture of it if you would like to see it.
So did you give her a car?
I beg the difference, sir. She didn't have a car.
But did you give her one?
No, I sold her a car. I sold her a car for $2,000.
A Cadillac, white.
I had a 97 Caddy, 1 owner, and so she didn't have transportation. I don't even know if she had a job. She said she did, but I don't know, sir.
Yeah, and I had transportation plenty. I got a twin sister right here. Her name is Sharon.
She wanted to say something.
She give me plenty of transportation.
State your name.
Hi, I'm Sharon, her twin sister. Well, Mr. Vance gave her that car. He called her and told her he had a car for her. I took her over to his house. I myself asked him what was his motive for giving her all these things. What are you doing this for? You don't even know her really. He told me, oh, she looks nice. I just want to be nice. I've been blessed, so I want to bless her.
I beg to differ.
After he gave her the car, he said, well, here's $100. Fill the car up with gas. We pulled the car out of the garage, and I followed her home. After a couple times, the car kept cutting off.
Who has the title?
He had the title.
He still has it?
Yes, he do. He took the car back. The car kept cutting off on it. We thought it had a kill switch. Only because every time I got to go somewhere, it kept cutting off on me. And I had to call him, but then when he get there, the car started.
Yeah.
Okay,
He was trying to get over there.
Exactly.
He knew what he was doing.
Exactly. He needed to get the car fixed. I gave him $350. He took the car and the $350. I ain't getting nothing back.
Yeah, that's
so
your breach. That's your breach of contract.
Yeah,
all right.
She ain't seen $350.
Did you all break up for any particular reason?
Actually, I broke it off with him because I felt like he was getting serious with me, and it wasn't what it was supposed to be. It was a friendship thing. Then next thing I know, I got the paper saying he was taking me to court. Then he been sending me text messages. The stuff is explicit. I don't want to say, but I got it right here. And even after we got here yesterday, he texted me and told me what room he was in.
This is the plaintiff. Ms. Wright, when you want...
See, he wants his highway clean before he get on it.
That's funny. That's funny.
Yeah, as quiet as it's kept. They just did a flim flam on me, but I understand that we're in the court of law, and I know justice is going to be served.
That's what we here
because I've never had two words with the
Tell
twin.
me about the loan you're suing the defendant for. The loans.
The loan, sir. She was getting ready to get evicted. She had no money. She hadn't worked in 4 or 5 months. She come to me crying. She didn't have nobody to help her.
It was actually
even
3
the
months.
twin. Didn't nobody help her.
What'd you say, ma'am?
It was actually 3 months.
Go ahead.
4 or 5 months she hadn't worked. So she come to me and I sold her the car for $2,000, but I didn't release the title because I'm not giving the title up without money. What happened was I loaned her $900 because she was getting ready to get evicted from the one complex.
When was that?
That was October the 14th.
When was she to repay?
Soon as she started working, but when it come time to get the money, she never got the money because
She gave them 2 chapters.
Exactly. That's what it was.
That still would have been $200.
I gave him the whole thing. When that stopped, that's when he called it a day.
Tell me about the next loan. So far, we have $900 in October.
Okay, the next loan was November the 6th.
Uh-huh.
Same thing. They couldn't pay no rent there. And so
How much?
I loaned her $660. Like a fool, but I paid it.
She was going to pay that when? When she started working?
Soon as she got her check from disability.
All right, next time.
December the 5th.
You was doing some major tricking. How much?
Thank you.
How much was that?
Because,
She beat you out of thousands in 30 days.
Sir.
And the car.
She hoodwinked me. Exchanged phone numbers. I know that she was a good looking
Never
woman.
exchanged nothing. You met me in my house. Tell the truth.
Ma'am.
You gave me your address before your phone number?
No.
Plaintiff Kurt Vance Jr. says a week after he met the defendant, they exchanged numbers because he thought she was jazzy and good looking.
How much was it December, sir?
$654, and that's because
When was she to repay that?
she's supposed to have been paying it then, but she said, wait for tax return, which was January, which never happened because when I called her about it, I said, did you file your taxes? She says, no, I think they took my tax check. I said, took your tax check? I said, well, let me see the letter that the IRS sent you, and we can work on an agreement. She said, that's personal business. I said, okay, have a nice day. I took her to court, filed a motion. I had her served on the job. She accused me of getting her fired.
You say your sister and your mother watch frequently?
Yes, sir. So you know I'm going to be in a doghouse.
No. You should watch more frequently.
Why
Because if you did, you would know that when you loan someone money and they say they're going to give it back to you when their income tax comes, you're never going to see it, sir. You're never going to see
And
it.
you're not going to believe this. I said that to myself. I said that Judge Mathis told me on television. And somebody said, you ain't going to get it. I knew it. But
I won't steer you wrong.
she put that old puppy dog look on me like she's hurting. And then, you know,
She put them chapters on you, doctor.
well, you know what?
Told you I put the whole case.
Breach of contract, you say, is for the car?
Yes, sir.
All right. Did she give you $350 to have the car fixed?
Sir, I paid over $1,100. The car is a buy. If you go to a buy here, pay here, it's as is. And I told her when she drove away, You got
But
to
you
put
took
insurance.
the car back.
No, I had towed the car back, sir, because she
You
would,
had to cut off with the kill switch.
she wouldn't put gas in the car.
How much was she to pay you for
The
the
car, I was selling the car for $2,000, but this is what the kid.
When did she say she would pay you the $2,000?
All this was when she got back to working.
So she would have owed you $4,000
Right.
when she got
right.
back
That's
to
what
work.
she was telling me about this big tax check and a lawsuit that she got that's supposed to be getting settled and all that. So I just listened to her, but I knew it was something funny. Judge.
You got any more money left?
Yeah. How much you need, Judge? I got a stack
I
here.
got some women in Detroit that like to take you through, the same ringer.
But Your Honor, one thing
So
that
you know this woman played you out your money?
she played me.
Yeah, and I actually didn't
But
play him.
Your Honor,
I think he's a very nice guy.
This is what I knew it was a done deal.
But he
When I
gave it
told
to
the
me. I
car
never
back-
asked him for nothing. Never even gave him my phone number.
Two.
He came to me. What was I supposed to do? I'm gonna take her. He gave, I took. That's what I did. That's it.
2 days later, after I towed the car back to my house, after she didn't put no gas in it,
No,
she
if
never
you had
put
it
gas.
cut
She had
off.
no money. She had
Sir,
no money.
You can't take the woman's money and the car.
I had to put the fuel pump on the car.
But you kept the car. You fixing it for yourself. Now, if she still had it, then you fixed it for her.
Sir, the car was sitting in the driveway minding his own business.
Gotcha.
I never
You
had
don't
that car. She's the one that had transportation.
Sir, I believe you gave this woman the money because of those 2 chapters. Indeed, one of the first things you said is, I bought 2 chapters of her book. Bought, purchased. What discussions have you had with the woman? What discussions since December of 10 have you all had regarding her repaying you your money?
We haven't had it because she don't want to talk.
I don't want to talk.
None.
I never
When is
stopped
the
talking.
last time you spoke with her, period?
She
Last
texted me
night?
today and wanted me to go out to dinner with her yesterday.
Last night,
Last
She
night?
wanted me to
Yes,
come
sir.
pick her up and take her to the
Exactly.
my
airport.
twin wouldn't let me go. She said no. He texted
When
me
you
and
want,
told me
right, that's
where his
exactly,
room number
okay,
was.
that's what I read earlier.
And I was
Oh,
gonna
she was
go.
in front of the
And my
hotel.
twin wouldn't
Right,
let me
I
go.
read that text about what you want to do to her.
Oh, sir.
Then you give a number. Is that your hotel number or the amount you?
No, that's the
The
hotel
amount he
number.
got to pay.
You got a copy?
Then you give a number. Is that your hotel number or the amount you?
No, that's the hotel
The amount he
number.
got to pay.
You got a copy?
Defendant Karen Wright dated the plaintiff, and she claims a week after they met, the plaintiff not only gave her $100, but he also gave her a car.
You asked her if you could do certain things with her, and you didn't say anything about any money. You said you haven't even spoken to her about the loans because she won't speak to you. If a person won't speak to you, then you certainly wouldn't text them asking to get involved in relations, and she wouldn't give you the room number.
They were outside the hotel asking me what room I was in. Like I said,
What about your part of the text, sir?
what the
Sir, your case is dismissed. Her $350 she gets back because you have the car.
Thank you.
Judgment for the defendant. Have
Thank
a
you.
good day.
Thank you. Thank you.
you know what? I'm through with you. That's a travesty.
That was not a travesty.
Yeah, it's a travesty.
Vance.
That woman knows good well how much money she owes me. She texts me. They wanted me to come pick her up. I ain't talking to this one.
Why'd you even ask
No,
me that?
I tell you what.
You
I tell
don't
you
want
what.
to go on here. We're here. We're here.
You gonna leave me again. You gonna leave me again.
We're here.
You gonna leave me again.
We'll see.
That's
You
right.
did it to
I
yourself.
tell you what, you can't do wrong.
You did it to
You
yourself.
cannot do wrong to somebody.
I still love you.
Tell the judge I still watch the show.